We have here in the stand today the brand new Goosyn wheels that have been making the rounds on the YouTube. I've had these wheels now for about 2 months, been able to put some miles on them, and I wanted to give you guys my feedback about how these have responded. The reason why these are kind of being talked about in such a positive light is because they're bringing a new spoke material to the game. These are their Ti-Fi polymer spokes, which is completely different from a traditional steel or carbon fiber spoke. The wheel set retails for around $2,100. They have ceramic bearings, very nice rim depth and internal widths on there. The depths are about 50. The internal rim width is 25 and the external is 34. So right on par with what the road trends are going to. They come equipped with ceramic bearings and all, but the main storyline here is obviously the Ti-Fi spokes. So we're gonna go ahead, get into all that. The weight is an added bonus as well. They say they weigh in right around 1,211 grams for the set, which is really crazy for a 50-50 wheel set. But I want to give you guys my experience because it's not all good, and we'll get into that in just a second. Holy cow, 50 front, 50 rear, Goosyn spokes, Goosyn rim, 1,223 grams. That's a lot of grams. That's very lightweight for the internals on this wheel as well. Really nice wheels. So as you guys just saw, you guys saw the weight of these wheels bare. They weighed 1,223 grams. So again, a very, very impressive weight for that depth and that size of wheel. Now, why would you want to get a pair of these wheels? Well, the whole purpose of the invention of the polymer spoke was to add the compliance factor. So if you're looking for a bike, maybe your bicycle's too stiff, maybe you ride an aluminum bike, and you can't just get comfortable on that bicycle. We see this time and time again. Companies now are pushing the wider rim channel, the wider tires to add more comfort and smoothness. They always saying smooth is faster, so this is the whole idea behind this. Not only are these spokes crazy lightweight, being 2.2 grams for just a single spoke, which is much lighter than a steel or carbon fiber spoke, but they also have some give in them. You can see they are all ropes on there. The bearings inside are seamless ceramic bearings, and they come with a 5-year limited warranty and then a 1-year warranty on the bearings themselves. Now, the presentation also for the unboxing of these wheels was very nice. They are a premium price wheel set, being in that $2,200 price range. You do get a pair of tubeless valves in a nice silver color that have the Ti-Fi name on there. An Allen key to install them too, which is really cool. So you can get maximum tightness on the tubeless valves. And you do get a set of wheel bags for the wheels as well. So it is that premium feeling wheel set, which is also a nice plus to them. Now, first initial impressions out of the box and actually riding them, I was blown away. I was like, wow, these things are much more compliant than a traditional steel spoke wheel. And I even think for the first couple times I was on there, I didn't notice my butt getting sore. I didn't notice numbness down there. I didn't notice, a lot of things. It just felt noticeably smoother. Now, that's the whole idea behind the marketing of the wheel. Immediately when you go ahead and buy these wheels, you're like, hey, I'm aiming for the compliance factor. I'm aiming for the smoothness factor. And that's going to play a little bit on the psychology side of it to be a little bit more comfortable. But also with the smoothness of the wheel and the compliance, it comes with a little bit of a negative towards the performance of stiffness. Now, stiffness is not all bad. You want wheels to be vertically compliant. You want them to be comfortable, but also you want them to hold true and also be stiff laterally when putting on power. What I noticed on these wheels is that there's a lot of movement back here on the rear wheel where a lot of my weight is. Now, as you guys know, I am 200 pounds. I'm not a traditional cyclist body. I'm definitely a heavier rider. The weight limit on these wheels, they say, is 100 kilograms, and they say the recommended weight is like 87 kilograms, which comes out to like 187 pounds. What I noticed in the back of this wheel is that I can feel the wheel kind of have a little bit of movement side to side when riding. If I'm riding over potholes, if I'm riding on a smooth road, putting on power, I can just feel a little bit of like a wobble. And you can kind of see here, and I'll show you guys another video because I had them on my tarmac as late, but you can see with pretty ease, I can get these things to come over a good amount. You can even see the bend in the spokes there as doing it. So there is give on there. I tightened them up a little bit on the spokes. I was like, hey, maybe they just detensioned and then we retensioned them. So I tightened them up on the spokes, but there's nothing out of the ordinary for tightness on there. So we just went ahead and made sure they were tight, but still, while riding, after I felt that, I couldn't shake it, and I always felt it while riding. So it threw me for a little bit of a loop. It wasn't what I was used to. And then as the more and more I got used to it, the more and more I noticed it, it didn't feel like it hindered my riding at all. It didn't feel like I lost any power, but I could just feel that movement in the back for my weight at least. I spoke to Joe and I spoke to other YouTubers who have the wheel sets themselves, like Patrick Lino. He says that his wheel sets have been performing flawlessly. He likes them a lot. He's he said that he really enjoys the ride. Same with Joe. He said he didn't have any issues, but Joe is also much lighter than me as well. So I think there is something you have to pay attention to, your rider weight limit, and definitely take these into consideration when looking at these wheel sets as well. Also, another thing is that for these spokes being so proprietary and for this wheel set that is new to the market, I would like to see them come with at least like 1 or 2 extra spokes. I don't know what the durability of these things is in terms of longevity. But yeah, if you broke a spoke, then no shop will have these, and then you have to go ahead and outsource them or buy them online. So maybe if you are going to buy a pair of these wheels, have one in stock. But the nipples on here are titanium, and then inside of here is a polymer spoke on here. But build quality was really, really good. And for comparison, this is a stock Specialized Tarmac S-Lite Pro with a Revolve Rapid CL wheel in the rear, and they have the traditional steel spokes in there. So just to show you guys, there is movement, obviously, but I do have to put a lot more pressure to get it to move like the other spokes. You can see all wheels will have that movement, so it's not a bad thing. And keep in mind, too, this is a much thinner tire than that was on the Blackheart. That's a 30, and this is a 26. So definitely feel like, wow, it's not even as close frame. There is movement. You guys can see it. But I have to strain much more, whereas this one has a little bit more ease on there. See, I can do it pretty easily. But yeah, I'm going to take apart the rear wheel, show you guys the inside of the Freya body, and we'll get a little Freya body sound test on there as well. All right, go ahead. All right, here comes a little Freya body sound test for you guys. Well, you can see, very steady wheel, no shakes up and down. It's a really well-built wheel. Also, it has a hook in there as well. It's a nice wheel. All right, so let's pull off this cassette here and see what we're working with for the Freya body in there. Regular little, nice little spacer or washer on there for the Freya body bearings. We have on here what looks to be a 36 tooth ratchet. Very similar to a DT Swiss. This all looks standard in here. Nice spring. Very nice. And then in here, we have the axles. Let's see here. Oh, I think so. That's aluminum, is it? Come on. Come on. All right, hold on. Holy hell, I don't know why that took so long. Holy cow. I've experienced all these caps before. This is basically just what the ratchets sit on. But for some reason, this was much wider, which is great because it provides more surface area for that ratchet to sit on. But yeah, it just was getting caught up on the teeth on here. But I don't even know. I don't even know why I show you guys this. But these are the bearings inside here, the SEMA ceramic bearings. And they feel really smooth. So all the internals for the hub look great. Really exactly as standard as a wheel should look inside. So let's put the spring back in there. Like that. And then we're going to grab the ratchet, right? We're going to put this shit right here. And that ratchet's going to sit on a spring like that. You're going to take this little black thing, you're going to shove it on this thing. Oh, yeah, like that, right in the middle. That's great. This looks amazing. And then what we do is we take our cassette. Cassette, big cassette. It's a 105 cassette. That's a big cassette. But sometimes inside the free up bike, there's like a blocking, like an inner shell, so the bearings press on. So you have to kind of like, move that around. I'm gonna put this back on the axle. Put it back. Oh, it's not like that. Oh my gosh, just like that. And now you have your wheel on there. And yeah, let's put this back on the bike. Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. Sometimes I lose my mind working here late at night. But, you know, it's the little things. And guys, don't be worried about me. Right here. I guess you guys have followed my life story. My wife got a Great Dane around the holidays, thinking that would be a nice addition to our already chaotic 3-kid household. And I live in a pretty small house. It's like about 1,400 square feet. And having the biggest dog inside the smallest house is not fun. So I started messing with the dog. I started, pushing it and playing with it today. Keep in mind, she's about 100 pounds, 8-month-old puppy. And she starts like jumping at me and lunged at me. And yeah, she got me pretty good. So score 1 her. Her name is Moose. And that's that moral of the story. Now I just know I have to come correct next time she plays. She wants to jump on me, I'm gonna give her like a nice little uppercut right to the chin, like bam! Like, get out of here, dog. Beautiful. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. Over at pandapodium.cc, that's where they're selling the wheels at. I have a link down below. He did put up a ton of data about how he tested against the elasticity of these Tie 5 spokes against a steel spoke and also the carbon fiber spoke. And basically what he was saying is that you're able to run a higher pressure of PSI, so that way you don't have that mushy tire feeling with these bigger tires. So you're able to run a higher PSI to counteract the same amount of stiff or smoothness you would get with like a lower PSI. So now you can run a higher PSI to have better performance on the road and allow for a little bit more speed while the wheel does the work of being a little bit more compliant on there. So that is an option. I really do think that they're a great wheel. I mean, there's a company called Bird that makes rope spokes as well. And I've built up and done a ton of mountain bike wheels. P1 race wheels, Industry 9, Revolves. We did a bunch of different wheels with Tacticubs, DT Swiss, all these different wheels with the rope spokes. But I think in that platform, because those wheels are so popular, with a full suspension mountain bike with a rear shock and obviously like a 2.5 or a 2.4 tire in a mountain bike setting, you don't feel that movement in that wheel as much. So, and people love those spokes. And they're much more durable as well. Like they are really strong, whereas these things have a little bit of give to them. So that way, if you were to hit something on the road, debris or whatever, they're not just going to snap or bend. These actually can take a little bit of abuse and be okay. So the wheel set, I believe, is very nice. And if you're looking for a more compliant ride to help out an aluminum bike or maybe a really stiff aero bike, you have the opportunity now. Now, do I think it's for all the racers out there? I don't know. I don't know how they've been tested in terms of that reason. But just like I said, for my weight, it wasn't the best riding experience for my weight on the end of it. But go check them out. They're at pandapodium.cc. I'll put a link down below. These are the Goosyn brand new Tie 5 rope wheels. Retail right now is $2,200, but they're on sale for early bird special for $2,100. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.